Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm building my dream watch. It's a SKX diverse style watch paired with NH34 GMT movement. Yes, so it's first time I'm building a GMT movement, so I'm really excited about it. And obviously I have a custom bezel insert that I'm going to replace with this, and GMT hands, Seiko dial, and a silver bracelet to wrap things up. So as you can see, it's a very orangey watch, which I think looks very good. And right now I'm going to show some montage and close-up of the final watch. Alright, now let's get started. So I ran out of finger glove, unfortunately, so I'll be using a latex glove instead. In fact, it felt a lot more comfortable actually, because the finger glove is actually very tight over here. So this latex glove will work identically and it's much more comfortable actually. So let's get started. So the first step is to actually take the dial out, and I've already cut the dial fit. And what we need to do is just to align the dial fit to the movement. But because this dial is actually designed for NH35, I have an NH34 movement with me here instead. The opening on the NH35 movement dial is actually a bit different from the opening on NH34 dial over here. So it cannot really fit. Let me just show you an example. I'll just flip it around, and then by right, the dial should lay flush to the movement. But because the measurement is a bit different, so as you can see, the dial cannot reach until the end of the movement. But not to worry. One easy way to do this is to actually enlarge the opening in the NH35 dial to fit on the NH34 movement. Let me show you how it's done. It's very easy. So what you'll need is actually this. This is actually a needle file, which you can find from any hardware stores. So basically you're going to use this, the tip of the file, to actually go through the opening and actually enlarge it. So because this dial is actually made from brass material, it's actually very easy to file it down. So let me show you how it's done. So you just take the dial and you go for the behind of the dial. So because I've done it before, I know how deep I need to go through in order to ensure the dial actually fits to the movement. So if you want the exact measurement, you just need to have the dial opening open up to 2.2 to 2.4 mm. That way your dial will be able to fit the NH34 movement. You will have no idea how much deep to go, so it's better for you to just file it and check it with the movement as you go. That way you know when to stop filing. So one way to test it out is to actually flip the dial over, because there's still dial fit at the back. So I just gently place it over the opening, and if it can fall flat and flush to the movement, then you are golden. Alright, I think to give you all a exact measurement of how big the diameter of the opening should be, so it's around 2.2 mm to 2.4 actually. So if you're able to go until this diameter, then you should be good to use this dial for the NH34 movement. So now we know the dial actually fit to the movement for sure. So one thing to do before we actually fit the dial is to actually put this washer on top of the movement. So this is important to keep tension on the movement. Once the washer is down, then we can start installing the dial onto the movement. So this movement is actually a 4 o'clock crown position movement. I just align it accordingly and match the holes to the dial fit. It should fit right into the movement easily. Just like this. So now the dial is properly installed on the movement. We can proceed with installing the hands. So the first thing to do before installing the hand is to turn and make sure the time is at 12 in the midnight. So how we do it is we just pull the crown until the time setting position, and we just keep turning the crown and advance the time, and we only stops after the dead jumps to the next day. That way we'll know it's actually exactly 12 in the midnight. Alright, so you can see the dead window is moving. Now we just continue advance slowly right until the dead jumps. Alright, now we know it's exactly 12 in the midnight. So I'll be placing my movement into this NH movement holder. So it'll keep the movement in place for me to do the installation of the hands. Alright, let's first start with the GMT hand. Alright, the hand is on. So let's just test it out. Alright, I'm really happy. So the reason why I use these two tools to install the GMT hands because I realized I don't have the correct hand pusher tool to install the GMT hand. So I found these two Y-shaped tools that I can actually press the hand in. So that's the best way I can think of, and it worked. Next up is the hour hand. Then I'll be using this hand presser tool to actually apply a more even press to the hands. So just rotate the movement while I press it. So far it's looking good, so let's test it out. Alright, perfect. Let's do some cleaning before we proceed. So now onto the minute hand. Yep, so let's try it out. Right, so this is perfect. Maybe 1 to 2 minute kind of delay, which is absolutely perfect, and I'm happy with it, and I'll move on from here. Last is the second hand, so let's give it a try. Right, it's on. Let's try it out. Right now it's moving. Perfect. Looks absolutely fine. Perfect. I'm really liking this build. Alright, so what's next is to actually take out the stem and place the movement into the case. So obviously we are going to change the bezel insert, so I'm going to remove the bezel insert for now and place it somewhere safe. And let's start removing the stem. Now we can open the case back and put the movement into the case. And this is the crown, screw down crown. I'm going to unscrew it and remove it for now. And do a quick puff, remove any dust, and place the movement into the case. Just like this. And it should fit perfectly inside. Flip it over, place it on the workbench. We can temporarily close the case back for now to see how it looks like from the front. Alright, take a look. Looks amazing. I'm really happy how this turns out. So now continue with the build. So what's next is to get this movement stem that's included from the movement, screw it to the crown and insert it inside the watch. Just like this. Be gentle when inserting the stem. Twist and push while you're inserting it. Alright, it's fully in. Just close the case back for now. Alright, now we've gotten the movement into the case and the stem into the movement. We just need to cut out the excess stem. So we need to cut out about 5.5 mm. So let's do this. Let's start by opening up the case and actually removing the stem. Like so. Close the case for now. Put it somewhere safe and unscrew the crown and mark it down how much we need to cut. Right, this is perfect. I like it very much. So the length is set. Now I'm going to take it out one last time, then apply thread locker to it. I have some thread locker left over from here, which I'm going to just use it. I don't need much to begin with. Gently dip it, then screw it back on. Clean off any excess using any tissue paper or any paper. Then we are good to putting the crown back to the movement. Right, now it's in. Looks really good. Now it's the O-ring gasket. You just need to put inside the greaser. Grease it thoroughly for water resistance. And now we can place it back to the case. Put this aside. Right, just like this. Do final puff, blow out any dust, and we can now close the case back. Right, looks good. Alright, so one last step before we actually install the bracelet is to actually install the bezel insert. So obviously, this is the bezel insert that came with the case originally, and of course I won't be using this. I bought another separate bezel insert, which is ceramic, I believe, the material, and it's a bit 3D in shape, and it's all fully loom, and I think this looks very well in my build. So I'm going to install this on the case. So what I'm going to do is to turn the bezel, and then because it goes one direction, so I'll make sure it locks in one place. I'm going to remove double tap from the case. Then I'm going to align this arrow down to the indices. I'm going to try my best to align this as best as possible. Okay, I think it's aligned. I think it looks good. You can push it down. Make sure it sticks. And the bezel insert is done installed. I think it looks really good. Right now, I'm going to install this beautiful bracelet on my watch. Alright, one side done. Now onto the other side. Right, the watch is done. Check it out.
Alright, that's it for this Seiko mod watch building video. So feel free to like the video and let me know what you think about it down in the comment section below. Thanks.